Good morning, / it's late morning. Happy Saturday, everybody. Gonna go for a big workout today. It's our 51st, and the target today that's particularly tough is gonna be 1,000 sit-ups. We're gonna try to chip away at them, starting in the warm-up here, and then going after run and throughout lifting weights. We're gonna just chip away at that big 1,000 number. Start with our normal warm-up. Got an empty gym right now, so we'll see if anybody else comes in. But this is the dream, having the whole empty space to ourselves. The leg on the side that you're opening to is straight. The opposite, this side is my right leg, slightly bent. Brains are still a little sore, but feel a lot better after yesterday, where we avoided air squats and focused more on running. I do not think it's a coincidence that whenever I actually get a full night's sleep, the next day my balance is significantly better right from the jump. For me, it's actually a good measurement of how tired I am. I try to do these early stretches, and particularly this sequence. If I'm way off, normally means I'm tired. Stagger our feet, front toes facing forward, triangle, reverse triangle, other side, all right. Happy Saturday, Florida Nightmare. I did walk into the glass shattering, so this workout does count. It's a very good point. Very fair point. Arguably the best workout shirt ever. See how the abs feel. They aren't exactly fully fresh. So today's going to be really hard. It's going to be a really tough challenge to try to complete. And I've never done 1,000 in one workout. That lower back ready. All right, let's get our first 100 sit-ups. Or you could call them crunches, whatever you think. 20. Fourteen, 13, 12. So 100, 900 left. Let's do some donkey kicks. Sure enough room here. So today's workout is going to be all about the abs, but that does not mean in between sets we just rest. We get other muscles in. And we are still going to run. All right. Let's go for our second 100. Crit ups, crunch ups. Yeah, it's fair. I prefer to keep my legs up in the air and do the crunch so that I'm not hoisting my body to get all the way up and I'm really just isolating the abs. I know there's a million different ways to do crunches or sit-ups. Call it what you want. Try to do it. I promise you it's hard. Crit ups, I like that. These are crit ups. 88, 87. $150. It's 200, 800 left. Now, as you're doing tons of crit ups, your lower back could get sore. So you want to preemptively try to balance it out with that opposite motion. And my legs are fully on the ground here for this beginner level upward dog. For those of you getting started on yoga, this is a good example of how you don't have to do full poses to start, but you can keep more of your body on the ground as you get comfortable. Nobody expects somebody new to yoga to be able to just magically start doing all these stretches one day. You got to work your way up to it. So now to distract our stomach, grab a couple 20s, get a little mini pump in here. Trying to trick my brain into forgetting that my abs are already starting to feel it after 200. All right, we're at 200. We've got 800 left. Well, Bannard, I don't understand why. Why is this blue thing up? I'm gonna have to ask Mikey Betts at some point. I apologize for the blue thing. I truly don't know why that's there. Okay, let's go. I'll get that blue banner thing off, but it'll probably take me 5 minutes to figure out. Five, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 300, 700 left. How do I get rid of that? This is an example of a banner. Click on the banner to show it on the screen. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. That's okay, though. Let's do some more cat-cows. Keep that lower back, feeling stretched out. We're at 300 of our 1,000 sit-ups so far. And in between sets, we're going to continue to mix in other stuff. 100%. Frank has freaky flexibility, and we have talked about sooner than later, he's going to work on some beginner yoga with me, and that's going to be electric. He's always had incredible dexterity for a guy this size, even before we started walking. He's had this weird flexibility. So now that he's so much more in shape and confident, I have no doubt he could crush beginner yoga. Obviously not every pose, but that's the point. It's the same for everybody. There's certain things that he can actually do quite well, certain things he'll be kind of capable of, but needs to start very slowly, and then there'll be some things he literally can't do and has to work up to. The key is just don't get discouraged. And we've gotten in some biceps, some triceps, working different stuff in between our swath of sit-ups or crit-ups. Let's do a little pretzel stretch, get the obliques before we go into another set. All right, we're at 300. Let's get another 100. $50. It's 400. Ah. $50. Hit. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 3. That was 200. So now we're at 500 sit-ups. We are halfway home. Abs are absolutely on fire. So I'm going to take my time on a couple cat cows. Really stretch them out. Happy Saturday, everybody. It's a beautiful day out, which works to my advantage because I got to both sleep in and come into an empty gym. Although I'll probably jinx myself for that comment. See how long it takes for someone to come in. Let's do another set of biceps before we do another set of crit ups. Crit up is a hybrid between a crunch and a sit up, which I think is a very fair way to describe my ab reps. Now that set of 200 reps, obviously the second 100 were particularly hard. And the second half of this now, the next 500, will be significantly more painful than the first 500. $600. That was another 200. We're at 700. 300 left. I'm trying to really lengthen, stretch my back the opposite way. Bring down to child's pose. Whenever you're working a muscle as hard and directly as this, or muscle group, I should say, you want to make sure you keep stretching. Because in the moment, you can be bloodthirsty and power through. But the next day, if you haven't been stretching properly, you could be pretty banged up. Do some more triceps. Again, in between our sets of sit-ups, we're getting in some little mini lifting sets. Keep the body confused. Try to distract from the pain in our stomach, because let's not kid ourselves, at this point it hurts. All right, we're at 700. To be honest with you, I was planning on doing like 500, running and doing 500. I think we're going to do 1,000 before we ever hit the treadmill. All right, we're at 700. Ooh, my abs feel like shit. $750. $800. $850. Fuck it. 900. They're going for 1,000. $950. Ah, 20. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. It's 1,000 sit-ups. Woo! And I did it in under 30 minutes. 1,000 sit-ups in under 30 minutes, motherfuckers. Happy Saturday. Woo-wee! That was 300 on my last set. think that's my biggest rep of sit-ups, my biggest day of sit-ups. And we did it all in under 30 minutes. I'm going pee real quick. I earned it. Let's go. Back, baby. All right, we just did 1,000 sit-ups in under 30 minutes to start the workout. That was pretty crazy. It's one of the harder ab workouts I've ever done in such a quick period of time. Obviously not complicated, obviously not fancy. Just gritty crunches or crit ups with some exercises in between to distract us. But I also included sets of 100, 200, and I ended with 300, which was really tough. So now what I'm trying to do is make sure that my back is feeling okay as I work other muscles, doing some donkey kicks, do a couple more stretches, do a couple more. Oh, good morning. How you doing? Is it okay if I hop on the treadmill?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Gym's for everybody, man. All right. All right, we're going to start running. Come on. Just an update. Did 1,000 sit-ups after a quick stretch. We were gonna do some more stretching. Someone came in here barefoot. Very, very strange. So I got on the treadmill. Person has left. We're running at a 8:20 pace. Closing in on 1 mile. After the run, we'll work some more. Let's go to a 7.5. So we're running at a flat 8-minute mile pace as we approach our 2nd mile. Obviously, feel this in our gut after 1,000 sit-ups. Come on. Free bird, yeah. Leonard Skinner, free bird. Come on. Come on. No pain. Man, they just don't play the guitar like this no more. Woo! Now I'm really feeling it in my abs. Oh shit! Just over half a mile left. Let's go up to a 7.8, which is a 7:42-minute mile. With just over half a mile left. Woo! That's how my grandfather used to sneeze. Go, achoo! Scare everybody in the house. R.I.P. Granddad. Legend. Huh. No, I will not be listening to Dave Matthews now. We're going back to Led Zeppelin. I'm in a Led Zeppelin phase. Let's go! Under half a mile. Let's go! Come on, boy. What do you got? You saw? Going up to an 8 in speed as we approach 1.75, which means we have one lap on the track left. Starting now. We're at a 7.5-minute mile pace. Woo-wee! It's 2 miles. I cannot tell you how strange an interaction happened before. I was stretching. This dude came in, and he had no shoes or socks. I won't describe his feet, but they're bare on the ground. Took 2 dumbbells, random dumbbells, had his elbows jacked out, and was doing really bizarre kind of squat thing. Did 1 set, he got on his phone for about 5 minutes, and then did a 2nd set. He was either hiding from his wife or on acid. I always encourage everybody to go to the gym, but it's also worth noting, if you're not sure what to do or what you're doing, you should ask questions. Don't just go in and take your shoes off and potentially break a foot or something. It's just crazy vision. I got right on the treadmill, got the fuck out of there. So we got our 2 miles in, we got 1,000 sit-ups in, new personal record, all-time high, including a set of 300, that was pretty gnarly. Also, I managed to break such a heavy sweat on just a 2-mile, 16-minute run. That wasn't anything extraordinary. Okay. What do I typically eat in a day? I normally have lunch and dinner, not so much breakfast, and I have a very weak stomach when it comes to digesting food. But I'm kind of proud of its weakness in that garbage food I just can't eat. So like if I eat junk food, I may as well be sitting on the toilet because it's like a funnel. It's going right through my system. Ask Mikey Betts, Frank, they all know this. I'm also lactose intolerant, like severely. So even just the smell of really strong cheese will make me throw up on the spot. So you take all the dairy, you throw all that out. You take all the junk food, you throw all that out. It's more of a matter of what I don't eat than what I do eat. But almost every meal I have is some chicken or cleanish type meat with either rice, pasta, vegetables, some sort of medley of those things, and then lots of soup. And my biggest weakness is peanut butter granola bars. And what typically happens in a day with all the walking and content and stuff, I mean, it's my own fault. This isn't a complaint. I a lot of times just don't eat enough. Or we do like a live stream of a Mets game, and I don't eat for those 2 or 3 hours, and it's bedtime. I'll go to sleep because I'm so tired, but I sleep eat. And that's been a killer for me. If anybody has any tips, I'm trying to beat my affliction, but I'll wake up sometimes have 8 or 9 granola bars or Cliff Bars just sitting all over my house. Wrappers. I wake up, my stomach's fucking, shambles. So yeah, that's why I don't really give people dietary advice. I think the only good advice I can give is pretty obvious, which is stay away from junk food. I'm on the more extreme side because I lived in Italy for 4 years where they actually make real food. So even the good food here, to me, is all just trash, unless you're going out to like a nice restaurant, of course. So when I eat, I'm disciplined enough in my head to think about everything I'm eating and drinking in relation to putting gasoline in a car. And when you eat junk food, drink soda, drink alcohol, that's essentially putting diesel fuel in a regular car, and you're going to break down. You're just fucking yourself. You're not putting the right stuff in the engine, in the fucking vehicle that you're trying to drive 100 miles an hour. So it's just a million little good choices. That's what a proper diet looks like. A million good little sacrifices. A million little no thank yous when you're offered something that might look delicious, but it's shit for you. When you eat something unhealthy that tastes good, you're basically making a trade for a moment of euphoric good taste. You're adding calories, lethargicness, and limiting your body for days. It's going to affect you for days. And to me, that's a ridiculous trade. It's a fleecing, it's a ripoff, and it's just not worth it. So we already did our 1,000 sit-ups, But I clearly have mental problems. I decided to do some more. Do a couple scissors. That goes back to the reason I did those sit-ups, jokes aside. We did 1,000 before we ran. So I want to make sure those muscles feel good. They're not stiffening up on me. Go back into our cat-cow. We're only going to do 5 of these, and then we're going to do some up dog push-ups. What's up, dog? Not much. What's up with you? The office. All right, let's do some Michael Scott push-ups, aka up dogs. And what we're trying to do is stretch our lower back the opposite way as the 1,000 crunches. It should also serve as a nice warm-up for tomorrow's bench press. We're going to try to go pretty hard on the bench tomorrow. Pretty hard up. If I can get in here at a decently early time, beat the traffic, so to speak, avoid the shoeless guy on acid. My God, that was such a vision. And you know what? He was walking right around here, and now I'm gotta go fucking take a shower. Good God. These crusty old fucking feet were all over the goddamn place. All right. Let's get back into some weights. As we're approaching 1 hour, 3,000 people have clicked in at some point. Blows my mind. I love you guys. Can you make this so much more fun for me / hard? Because people are watching on the internet. You really don't want to look like a wimp. So you go a little harder than usual. Promise I do it every day now. So every day's a competition against yesterday. 1,000 sit-ups. Proud of that one. You guys know the deal. Straight curl, hammer curl. Notice how my elbow is basically immobile. Reverse curl. Isolating that bicep. Biceps. What am I doing? Lost focus. Reset. Forgot to do my reverse. So you get more fatigued. It's easier to make mental mistakes. It's one of the funny things when you have these extremely out of shape, never played sports analysts criticizing athletes at the end of games, like a basketball game, for example. If you play 48 minutes of NBA basketball, let's say you're Kawhi Leonard, one of those guys that really plays offense and defense, and you're busting your ass, you score the most points for your team, you're guarding the best player on the other team. At the end of the game, if you make a mistake, it doesn't mean that you're mentally weak. Some of these guys just hit walls of exhaustion, and it's a miracle they're even still on the court. Yet people like to sit back and watch replays and act as if every single play they're equally able and physically primed up to make the right play. Start exercising. You start seeing, fuck, it's hard to count when I'm exhausted. It's hard to remember the repetition cycle when I'm exhausted. That's what made Jordan so goddamn special. That's why that flu game is so goddamn special. He'd hit these walls like the juggernaut and just run right through them. 97, game 5. Wasn't even supposed to play. Guy goes out and carries him. Steve, I normally run bare minimum 2 miles a day. I run somewhere, I think Alexander Hamilton used to do that. 2 miles a day. So I figured if he could do it back then, I can do it now. I've been doing that for years. Then I normally walk uphill on the 10 incline, still letting my groins recover a little bit from the week. And then about once a week or twice a week, maybe even 3 times a week, I'll juice it up to a 5K, or even do like last week on Sunday, I did an hour run that was over 7 miles. My speed is almost always between a 7 and at the most 10, probably an average like 7.5, which I believe is just about a flat 8-minute mile pace. What I like to do is try to get it under the 8 if possible. So trying to get 2 miles under 16 minutes, to me that's solid. Again, it's not a sprint. It's somewhere between a jog and a run. All right. Done around 1,100 sit-ups now. Goal that we were chasing was 1,000. We're already 100 over. We've already done 2 miles. We're getting a good arm pump in. And I'm going to go for a nice walk with a friend soon. So we can save some of our squatting for tomorrow, along with bench press. It's a big plan for tomorrow. It's funny, my abs aren't even sore anymore, but holy shit, later today, especially tomorrow, I probably won't be able to do one sit-up. I probably won't be able to laugh. I'm going to be in such pain, and I'm going to fucking love it, because it means I broke muscle tissue. I actually started to rip it to the point of growth. And when you go to the gym every day, it's hard to do that in a contained way where you're not overexerting yourself or hurting yourself. All right, so let's try to do the real bitch here. Now that we've done all these sit-ups, how much can we control our body weight and get into? Let me scooch forward just a little bit. Here we go. Whoa, my phone is right under my butt. See how my legs are straight. See how close they come to touching the ground. See how my knees basically come to my eye sockets. Under control. Not just swinging, not jerking, but methodically moving. After doing all the sit-ups, this is insanely hard and painful, but it's a pain I'm getting used to. So you don't hear all the moaning, groaning, and bitching, simply because this is my favorite kind of pain. This is what I'm used to. This is what I like. Yeah, right. I think I worked the abs pretty good today. Cat cows. If you get a chance, it's pretty cool, very appreciated. I don't know if it's cool. It's kind of a crazy thing for me to say, but it's appreciated if you subscribe to my YouTube. My goal one day is to figure out what the best way to do this is for you guys being the audience, because obviously my production level is pretty shitty, but set this up so that I have enough of you guys watching, enough of you guys caring, enough of you guys bought in, that we can actually make this a real entity for Barstool. That's the goal, not to go out on my own or anything like that. I love Barstool. I'm loyal to Dave, Big Cat, Frank, all those guys. My brother, Mikey, my brother, Stu. There's just a lot of people I love there. And I would love for this to be a profitable, revenue-generating entity. The overhead's basically nothing, so profitability just means any sort of viewership, any sort of sponsorship. So feedback's always welcome. Ideas are always welcome. I'm trying to work on some collabs. For example, JJ Watt, where are you at? You scared of me, JJ? Waiting to work out with JJ Watt. I think for the biggest sports media company in the world, it could be advantageous to have a fitness element and not like fancy dancy, posh shit. More, the way I am. You guys know me. Scrappy, simple, don't need a whole lot to make the most out of something. And that's what I think stops most people from getting into fitness, is they're convinced that that's not their personality, that it's already been decided that they're not that kind of person, when it's not a kind of person. It's just a choice people make. And if you don't want to do it outside of your house because you're feeling comfortable, you're claustrophobic, 10 million different reasons, I give you a ton of workouts, you don't need to leave your house. That's the vision. I'm going to keep working for it. No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. Yeah. Hey, little sister, don't shed no tears. No woman, no cry. He won't cry. Whew. I gotta learn from Mikey Betts how to get rid of that blue thing. It's fucking annoying me. All right, keep going on our arm pump. Abs are on fire. Legs feel pretty good. Sore groin should be at 100 tomorrow. It's hardly even sore anymore. And now that I'm burning out my arms after demolishing my stomach, after stretching and running, the groin is the last thing on my brain when it comes to physical discomfort right now. One of the other reasons I like doing these on lower weights, like 40, 50 pounds, when I'm working the track, is because I can always get little pumps every day. I'm not going for the extremely big bodybuilder look, which I know I could actually probably morph into relatively quickly if I wanted and if I ate that way. But to me, with the heavy weights, as you get older and older, which sucks, you're putting a lot of pressure on your joints, on your, whether it be your shoulders, your elbows, your knees, your ankles, your wrists. Whereas if you do perfect form and lighter weight, you're putting a lot less pressure on, and you're actually, ironically, getting more out of the muscle that you're trying to target. I think a lot of people make a mistake when they're exercising of, whether it be pride, vanity, a mixture of the both, like trying to make people think that you're super strong or whatever. Nobody cares, man. Nobody cares what weight you're doing. And if you ever really look around a proper gym, the people that are typically in the, I would say, healthiest looking shape, not the most jacked or the biggest, but someone who looks like they can run, they can jog, they can lift, they can stretch. You're rarely going to see them trying to squat 400 pounds or even doing curls on a rope with 100. They're going to do more of the modest weight, but disciplined form in ambitious circuits. The ambition is not in the weight number. It's in the lack of breaks between different workouts. Sorry, I'm rambling because I'm tired. Ugh. I think I'm around 1,200 sit-ups. So I feel like it would be kind of irresponsible not to bang out 100 more and get into the teens. Let me get 1,300 sit-ups. Arms are fully pumped, fully stretched. Oh yeah, I can feel that. My hip. I got evanescence fine. Save me, save me, save me from my. I have the craziest playlist ever. I mean, it's not a playlist, it's all of my Spotify. It's just one big shuffle. It's a good psychological preparation for Professor Fleming. You gotta be ready for anything at any moment. 80, 78, 76. 70. Ah! Ah! 1,300. Lovely body armor. Ah! 1,300 sit-ups in one day. We did 1,000 in under 30 minutes. That was pretty cool. It's 20. Now hammers. Ah! Twenty. Reverse curls. $20. 60 overall, back to regulars. Ah. Ah. 20. It's 80 overall. Hammers. So with 20 pounds, again, not very heavy weight, but very hard. It's 10. Oh, it's 100. 100 curls with 20 pounders, variation grips. Another example, you do not need heavy weight to absolutely work the muscle and burn it and grow it. Ah, woo. One more set on the triceps. Woo! It's one of our best workouts. Workout 51. Area 51. Getting into alien shit today. Woo! Not gonna lie, kind of dreading this next one. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. And what we're gonna do twice. So just take a couple light 10 pounders. 10's even heavy at this point after just doing 100 curls. Feet together. What a way to cap it after All of the sit-ups, the running, and the curls. This is really bringing it all together with one final suck it up to yourself. Trying to keep that weight up above the rib cage, really. Which makes the twist even harder. This really helps get rid of any of the fat you kind of feel on your sides, on your hips, that impossible lower stomach area. All the bullshit people try to sell you, forget all that. Cardio, run, twists, eat well, drink well. That's it. There's always a buck to be made with bullshit fitness. Hold it. Working on our grip strength here. Shoulders on fire. Triceps, biceps on fire. Perhaps most of all, grip. Grip is on fire. Keep it up. I'm going to come down very slowly. And right back up. Switch your grip. Reverse. Work your forearms. As long as we're having our best workout ever, just wouldn't feel right to do no pull-ups. Did a bunch yesterday, but let's get a couple of. Woo! Go down to 5-pounders. Finishing in a furious flurry here. Just 5-pound dumbbells, super light, but we're moving quickly. We're feeling that twist in our abdominal. It's hard to describe. When you practice enough, you get to a point where you know, you can feel it. Just like when you're doing a curl and you feel the bicep really flex when you're all the way at the top. On this twist right about here, you should really feel it come across from one rib down to the opposite hip flexor, right across your stomach. This is not fast forward. Sorry, lost my mind. All right. That's it. Thank you for joining. Have a great Saturday. We got over 1,300 sit-ups, bunch of arms, great curls, triceps. Ran our 2 miles, lots of twists, including a little crazy boxing close out there. Appreciate y'all. Take no shit from nobody. And I'll see you tomorrow morning. We're going to hit the bench press. Peace.